Tonight, two footballers are up for a place on the shit list. Injuries hit in pre-season AFL. Points have been scored in the NBA. The NHL All-Star break is upon us. Fucking hell. Cricket wins, and German man gets tired. Interesting. Hey, fellas.
German man gets tired was the football news I threw in, sorry.
Oh, right. That makes a lot more sense now.
Yep.
It's not like someone trying to do one of those, crossing Africa, crossing a continent, running challenges,
No.
swim in the English Channel or whatever it's called.
No, he's not trying to do like a Iron Man every day of the month and then he got tired like 3 days in. No, he's just
Christ.
been running the best football club in the world for a little bit. Now he's a bit exhausted, but no skipping ahead.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I have a TV show recommendation. Now, I don't watch a lot of programs on the TV outside of sporting programs. What?
Nothing?
I find myself...
Please, as you will. Yeah, just go straight through that, yeah.
Find myself relatively short on time, but if you've got Netflix, Boy Swallows Universe, put it on the watch list. Very, very well worth it.
Why?
It is a Australian drama miniseries created from a book.
You're not really selling it.
Based around Brisbane. Actually has decent child actors in it. Has the Australian bloke from Vikings, who, man rocket, Wood. Has one of the chicks from H2O Just Add Water, Wood.
She was also in like everything else at that time too.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably was in that ABC Jeopardy show at one point. Who knows?
Definitely.
But given you haven't seen it yet, I don't really want to spoil it. It's just about roughish upbringing with drug dealing parents, drug dealing and using parents, etc. But there's a bit of, ridiculous fictional stuff mixed in, which it's quite entertaining. It's very well acted. It's very good. I feel like I definitely could have had more episodes. I don't know how many there is. 7, 9, 10, something like that. Not a lot. I wish there was more episodes of it, but I think that's sort of what makes miniseries really good, is that it's just all juicy stuff. You haven't got, people marching from Winterfell to King's Landing over the course of 3 hours of real time to then fast travel back into last season over the course of 2.5 seconds of black screen.
Sorry, were you trying to point out a problem with a specific show there, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shows that go on forever and then are rushed along towards the end.
Not ringing any bells.
Not ringing any bells. Game of Thrones, definitely guilty of that. But I would have loved more episodes of this, but I think it's just so good because it's all meat in this meal of viewing.
No potatoes.
No potatoes.
Boo.
Would recommend.
Yeah, okay. I'll add it to the list.
You're not going to watch it, are you?
I've legitimately logged into Netflix just to add it to my list. So
okay, good.
Oh, it's already on there.
Good.
There you go.
Yeah, very good miniseries. Who's got this point in here about Europeans? What does this mean?
Europeans?
I just think they're funny.
Interesting.
Funny little guys.
Name
guys.
Name your favourite European comic.
Favourite what?
European comic. You said they were funny.
Oh, jeez. I don't know. I don't think too much about Europeans.
Can't be too funny then.
Nah, probably
I don't
not.
know why you bring them up as a talking point if you don't think about them very much, if I'm honest.
Avicii?
He's dead, for one.
Rip.
Rest in peace.
I couldn't get it straight back.
No,
Yeah,
no.
tough.
I think Europeans are generally pretty smug because they make it a big deal. Like, ooh, I'm bilingual. Like, I can speak 2 languages.
Yeah, whoop-de-doo, I'm bipolar, so what?
However, it's like you don't really have a choice. You have to learn English. It's it's the language. What are you going to do? Not learn English? Not participate with the world? Whereas in Australia, why would I learn Polish? Yuck! What a waste of time, dude. Those guys got didn't they lose to Germany in under a week? How long did it take Australia to get invaded? Oh, that's right. Undefeated.
I think they're invaded
Never happened.
first. I think you're being a bit selective with your history there.
Dude, I don't know. Imagine some Italian getting mad, or some Greek. He's like, you can't speak Greek? And it's like, yeah, it's a nice economy you have there.
1 euros, please.
Making me the chip roll.
Chip buddy. That's Scotland, dude, eh?
It's just bread with chips in it. Chips and little meat. Nah, they're pretty good. I like euros.
Yeah, facts.
What's the difference between them and a souvlaki, though?
As our resident European, we thought you'd have the answer to that question.
I got nothing. I'm convinced they're the same place.
We might need a...
Maybe it's like an Australian Lamington debacle type of thing. Or like the Kiwis, they think they invented the Lamington.
Here you go. I got it for you. I looked it up. Resident Jamie here. Souvlaki is marinated meat grilled on a skewer. Typically served on a skewer, but you can also eat it in warm pita bread or over salad. Gyros is made with stacked meat, so a bit more similar to your
Kebab.
regular
Beef,
kebab,
chicken all mixed.
Turkish kebab store here.
Yeah, right. There you go.
Man, if we got sponsored by Jack's Kebabs, we'd be looking good.
So fat. We'd be so fat.
Wouldn't be looking too good at all.
We'd be looking very, very large.
It's one of those things where I would love for every employee at Jack's Kebabs to know my order.
Oh, that'd be incredible.
But I just know how often I'd have to be there for that to be the case.
Yeah.
So it's just, yeah.
To be beloved by the local kebab store.
Both locations actually of Jack's as well.
Yeah, you borderline have a problem at that point, I think.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
But it wouldn't be a bad black card to have. Kebab store black card.
Yeah, no, that'd be...
It's up there on the list.
I'd take it over McDonald's black card.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Every day of the week, twice on Sundays.
I'd probably take the Red Rooster black card over that, though, to be fair.
Ooh. Yeah, that would come in handy too, because then you're not stitched up for $18 every time you go through an airport and want to feed.
I drove past a Red Rooster the other night in Brizzy that was open later than KFC, any KFC ever in the world was open, which isn't hard, but that was a shock. If I hadn't eaten already, I would have gone because it was I think it was past 11 and they were open.
Yeah, you're like, when in Rome.
Yeah.
Be rude not to.
Yeah.
Just be that one.
Just got to make sure that, they see that it's successful enough that other Red Roosters start doing the same thing. Because if the one at Oxenford did that, I'd be... Helensvale, sorry. I'd be there all the time.
Troubled waters.
Yeah. Speaking of troubled waters, should we move on to the prescribed reading I've put in Funny Business today?
Sure.
I say troubled waters because the reactions of the general public to Mr. Ricky Gervais's Facebook post just makes me worried for most of the planet. He says, you can keep only 3. Makeup, coffee, pets, equality, TV, welfare, holidays, free speech, and alcohol. The wild card here is that alleged rapper, I can't really tell. He's dressed in a flannelette with sunglasses and a backwards cap, and he's yelling into a microphone. So he must be a
Bogan
rapper.
or rapper, either
Or both.
or both.
With 21,000 followers, it's Krem with the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
He's got his priorities
3
in order.
options
The big
that weren't
3.
included, but are also technically only one option. So that's only 1 strike.
Maybe Krem's the smartest person on this post, and he could pick 2 more options from the list and still be under the quota.
He's looked at the genie and gone, you know what? I'll write the rules. I'll take the man upstairs, please. But no, there's a hell of a lot of people choosing, I don't know, most things over equality, which is a little unusual, I think.
Well, I feel like the way the sort of question is worded is you can only keep 3, implying that all of the things on the list exist currently. I don't think there's a lot of equality going around, so we might as well just throw that out as a non-option.
That is a loophole that I hadn't considered.
If we keep the current equality, that's just, not a great place to be.
What is great, though, is how you can really nail down what region of the world people are on this post. So say, for example, there's a lot of people that hit you with the free speech first. You're like, okay, probably American.
Of course.
Then they also hit you with alcohol, and you're like, okay, almost definitely American. And then TV, and you're like, all right, lock it in, lock of the century, this person's American. Open their Facebook profile. It's American flag-esque. Waving in the wind photo of them just standing on a cliff top with a rifle.
The AR-15.
Yeah. Bump stock not included. The only loophole I see fair here actually is someone has mentioned if you take equality, I think technically free speech comes with it.
Not necessarily. Some would argue we have equality here in Australia, but by law we do not have free speech.
See, well then I think we do pretty well without free speech here. You can say
throw both those out.
Most things
they don't count. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you could you could throw out free speech. I'm taking equality, I think, to start with.
By the looks of it, general consensus, pets is the runaway winner by a country mile.
Oh yeah, I was going to say most people have it, but obviously Krem broke the mold.
Yeah.
But yeah, 99.99999% of people here have got pets.
Seems like it. Even Aaron Curtis, who seems to be he's listed as a government official and some sort of bodybuilder. 301,000 followers. He's only picked 2, free speech and pets. Bold strategy. See if it pays off for him.
His Facebook profile picture also looks like he's in the Matrix. He is in the greenest room available. I'm willing to bet that he made his page government official in 2000 and he doesn't know that his Facebook page currently says he's a government official.
Dude, he's pretty cut though.
He reckons he's a natural bodybuilder. I don't know.
Yeah. Skinny natural bodybuilder. Interesting. Man, I don't know. I'm dubious at best.
Dude, his biceps are bigger than his head.
He
could have a very small head.
This is true. His head appears to be mounted between 2 Death Stars. Those are the least natural-looking shoulders I've ever seen in my life.
Make Matty Rao look small.
Yeah.
So
Choices.
just to clarify, I am choosing equality, pets.
Yep.
I think I got to go welfare.
It's a
Because
hard,
otherwise,
it's a hard third.
Isaac
but
wouldn't be where he is today.
This is true. This is true. My 3, I think I'll go. I think you got to go coffee. Literally the first thing that goes into my body, other than the light that goes into my eyes and into my brain for me to be able to see.
To be fair, if you got coffee and you faster than the speed of light, that'd be wild.
I was fumbling around the kitchen with my eyes closed before I get a coffee. trying to make a coffee.
No, I picture some
closed.
Star Trek shit, or like Star Wars, like lines going fucking coffee interface.
I'm there burning myself trying to steam the milk of the coffee machine with my eyes closed. Just fumble fucking around with it. Coffee, I think welfare, definitely. It's got to be holidays, I think.
Over
Holidays
alcohol?
was a close one for me.
If you drop holidays and there's no holidays, then it's alcohol to make up for the fact that there's no holidays. Because you're just
But do
working
you
all
not
the
take
time.
pets?
Man, I do like pets, but
You're taking coffee over pets?
pets don't. They do wake me up in the morning, but not in the right way.
Yeah, no. That's very relatable for me at the moment, actually. Gohan has been a fucking pest, dude.
Pest. More of a pest
Yeah.
than a pet. Yeah. All right, Matt, your choices.
Dude, it's hard. Holidays definitely has to be in there.
You don't go on holiday too much, though, to be fair. So,
Yeah, but
in fact, your last holiday didn't happen.
you'd miss it when it's gone.
Yeah. Given we've just had
You
his
know.
favourite holiday of all go past as well. His favourite public holiday. Matt's a big patriot, you see.
Yeah. I can see the flag from my house, actually.
Dude, when I get my own place, I'm going to just erect a giant flagpole.
Make sure it
Put something
abides
on
by
it.
council regulations.
You probably want to get planning permission if you're going to do a really big one. Make sure you're not in like the flight path or whatever.
Yeah.
And if you are, chuck one of those big blinking red lights on the top.
I've made it easier.
obnoxious.
What you could do is just move into Outback Spectacular. Flagpole included. That's the biggest flagpole you've ever seen.
Imagine having a siren that plays the Australian anthem at 6 a.m. every morning.
I think you'd have noise complaints. Also, keep in mind, if you are moving into Outback Spectacular, you would be living next door to a massive LED flagpole that is the Top Golf logo.
and the Joker face at the top of the hypercoaster as well.
I was going to leave the Joker face alone. But also, if you're taking that, you're also taking the aggressively bright Green Lantern sign.
Yeah, exactly.
Aggressively bright is the best way to describe that.
You can
Fact.
see them from
You can
so
see
far
it
away
from
before you can
30
even
Ks
see
away.
them. You can see them.
Dude, is that what like old wayfarers of the sea used to experience?
You want to do
Coming down the M1 at midnight, you're like, where's my exit? There's the green light of the Green Lantern.
You want to do stargazing on the Gold Coast? Too damn bad.
That's really easy. All you have to do is go behind it and look the other direction.
Oh, man. I think TV's probably in there, for sure.
That's not surprising.
Be pretty upsetting not being able to watch
TV on your holidays.
such shows as, Boy Swallows Universe, Getaway, a show about holidays.
Oh, Christ.
Fucking hell. You're really crafting a Venn diagram here. What's your third one?
Oh, man, I don't know. It should be welfare.
I
Like,
really want one that squeezes in and has TV and holidays related to it as well.
Well, then it's alcohol. The choice is alcohol.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. It's one circle.
Yeah.
Take a permanent holiday and just enjoy all the TV you want.
Yeah, just you're going through your bookings.com, Airbnb and such, and your one search term is Foxtel included.
Do you think if you were a dole blodger, you could just like operate your place as an Airbnb? Good
No.
side hustle.
Because you'd be getting income from that.
Yeah, but you don't have to tell them. How do you think it works currently, dude?
When I was on government assistance while I was studying and such, I was a good citizen and reported my $0 income. So,
You're a good youth allowance student recipient.
yeah. Would you believe I pretty much kept the Japanese restaurant in Varsity Lakes open? So I stimulated the shit out of the local economy.
Dude, I wonder if they sent all their money back to Japan, though.
Do
You'll never
Japanese
know.
people like that? Is that in their culture?
I don't know.
Do we know
I don't
any?
think it's well
Tech center.
documented.
Very crafty they are.
Oh, I don't like that. That's
that
borderline dodgy there. All right, let's rapidly move along. Isaac, I'm going to hit the song. Are you ready with a can?
Yeah.
All right, here you go.
What's going on, everyone? We're here with episode number 91 of the Storm on the Beach podcast, talking about all things great and garbage from our sports viewing this week. What's going on, fellas?
I thought I did a really good job of filling out the outline this week and have realised this is the one section that I haven't actually put anything in.
Well, that's because it's been
it's been a week. It's been a busy week, but I'll tell you what. Saw some cricket. So, what a week.
Lovely. Matt, what's going on?
Oh,
I like that you have to ask him individually. He's not ready to chime in ever. But yeah, sorry for cutting you off, Matt. What was that piece of insight on your week?
not much.
Not much.
Hey,
Interesting.
Isaac, I'm just wondering what's going on with you.
Oh, thanks for asking. I feel like I need to take a leaf out of Matt's book here, potentially. I mean, not a lot.
A whole leaf.
He doesn't have many leaves kicking around.
I've got to take his only leaf, I think.
He's a few leaves short of a tree, this guy.
A bit of sports viewing was done, which is nice. Bit of a long weekend, which I'll happily take, no matter the occasion. We could have it any time during the year. I'll be just as happy about it. Yeah. Not a great deal. Working
That's
and
what
such.
happened this weekend. Yeah. Yep.
What the countdown thing that they do every year? That's not.
Yeah, I
on
forgot
our
about
list
Hottest
yet.
100. Yeah.
Should we
Which
just
was
talk about it
lovely.
now?
We could.
Okay.
I successfully got the number one song of the year to play at position 90. So it wasn't really a number one song. In most people's eyes, I guess. But Nightmare by Polaris. Too good.
No, yeah, I think I remember you saying that.
Yeah, it's
Previously.
better than Sucks to Suck by...
Well, that's good because that song's not great.
It's got a much more melodic, clean vocal. It slaps so hard.
Yeah.
But no, the biggest controversy, and it's not controversy. I just fucking hate the song. That Doja Cat Paint the Town Red song won.
Yeah.
And that
Sucks.
royally shit me to tears.
Sucks.
Yeah.
The Hottest 100's changed. For the worse. I would say. It's no longer, I don't know, dominated by indie bands and Australian music. It's just whatever the Billboard chart number one is at the time, I feel.
Well, the TikTok song of the year really won, so...
Yeah, exactly. Well, there you go.
It's unfortunate.
It's become too mainstream. And you just know all these votes are not coming from people who listen to Triple J. I'll just put that out there.
Just to clarify, I don't listen to Triple J, but someone's got to vote for the little guy and for heavy music.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
I did my part.
But there's only so many Gen Xers and millennials, whatever you want to call them, around that will vote. Now it's the new generation is dominating the votes, and this is what we get.
At Superfans Zachary's house on the weekend, I don't think there was anyone else in attendance that actually voted in the countdown, which was just frustrating because as someone that in the coming years will be hitting number one on that, on that place. I need to start training the group to vote for us.
Probably a good idea, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably a good idea.
So, yeah. Just you wait. Every second message I send after Salty Season gets played on Triple J will be, don't forget to vote in the hottest 100.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's definitely lost its allure. I feel like it's lost its meaning a little bit.
Facts. Although it could be the whole, because there's no preferential voting. It's just raw numbers.
Yeah.
So people could have been. I'd like to think people were just filling votes and went, "Oh, it's that song I like from TikTok," and like put it in last. Not that it matters really, but just put it in, and then obviously the weight of raw numbers got it through. But it was good to see G Flip get about 1 billion entries on the 100 from their newest album, and squeezed in at number 2. I think they broke the record for most entries actually on the countdown.
Pretty good achievement,
which is nice, given that they're Australian and such.
Is there like a result other than obviously the countdown itself? Do we get to see the data? I'd love to dive into that.
I would love to, but I don't think they do.
Boo. Because, that opens itself up to lack of transparency and potentially rigging it, but I can't see Triple J picking that as Song of the Year.
Yeah. Especially because the presenters took a bit of a side swipe at Doja Cat when they said it, because they hit her with, all right, we got Doja Cat on the line, just joking, she's American.
Yeah, I was about to say, did they have Doja Cat there for live interview, or probably not?
No, they did hit G Flip with the interview for second, and they were just like breaking down because they had like 6 or 7 songs or something stupid on the on the countdown, which is wild.
Great achievement.
Yeah,
wow.
Very good effort.
I didn't know Skrillex was still making music. Number 12.
Yep. I think they, Mr. Skrill, released a good handful of albums last year. My camera's flickering again, dude. Why didn't anyone tell me?
I don't know. It looks fine to me.
Is it not flickering for you?
No.
I don't think so.
Interesting. All right. Well, it's probably because the Logitune app keeps closing itself. There we go. Don't buy a Mac and then break it.
Probably good advice.
Sound. But yeah, that wasn't in the outline. But glad we could talk about the state of music in Australia and how fucked it is.
Yeah, big music guys. Me and Matt listen to it heaps. But yeah, I'd rather not see someone who I see on whatever music channel I put Foxtel on when I leave the TV on for the dogs. I'd rather not see that song that I see when I leave and then it's playing when I come back at the top of the hottest 100. But, is what it is.
Nah, bitch. I said what I said. I'd rather be famous instead. Such insightful lyrics. Oh, well.
A true philosophizer of our times.
Yeah.
God damn.
Rap has come a long way.
Certainly has. Rhythm and poetry, as they call it.
Wow. But actually, I've just learned something new.
Oh, well, you're welcome.
Thanks.
Big music guy,
Appreciate it. I don't listen to much rap.
Well, how do you
oh, well.
How do you categorize your stuff on iTunes? By genre, surely? Surely you'd be like, oh, maybe I should look into what the word rap means. It's the only way that rap's spelt this way.
I don't look into what rock means.
Okay.
Like, who decided rock and roll?
The Flintstones. Thanks for looking around.
Funny guy. I'm ready to wrap this segment up, if I'm honest.
All right. All right. Nominations for this week's unofficially sponsored Brad's Butcher of the Week.
Is that your local butcher?
No, it was one I went to, in the area, in the greater area that I'm in. Very good lamb ribs from there. Yeah. So shout
Like,
out.
pre-marinated or
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, well, what were we talking? A bit of rosemary.
They were like a rosemary. It was almost like a sort of honey barbecue, a little bit of spice.
Had me at honey, lost me at barbecue.
Well, it wasn't super barbecue. It was more like it wasn't like super sweet, sickly brown barbecue. It was a bit like more red.
Okay.
I don't know. Hard to describe. I didn't read the label. I think there was a bit of garlic on there too. Delicious, either way.
So now I've got both recommendations for butcher and baker down in your area.
Yeah,
Do you have
absolutely.
any candlestick maker recommendations as well?
I haven't found any candle shops as of yet, but I'll keep you posted.
Just to clarify, I don't want those wanky... Oh, hold on. Wait, I think I've got one.
I think they're called Yankee candles.
I don't want any of these wanky fucking dusk ones. Like, it smells delicious, though. It smells like Golden Gay times, legitimately. But no, I just want candlesticks.
Just candlesticks.
Yeah, not even the candle, just the stick.
I see.
I think Yankee's a slur.
Is it?
For Americans?
I don't know if it's a slur
I think
per
they
se.
say it themselves. They have a whole baseball team that says it.
Oh.
They did have a football team that was called the Redskins, though, to be fair, I guess. So.
Dude, what else do you call a redskin man?
An Indian. But they weren't too happy about that either.
I think
the Cleveland Guardians.
We're sorries.
So Yankee
Rochester reparations.
Yankee expresses contempt or ridicule for Northerners or something, whatever. So something about the Civil War and Confederates and unions and whatever.
Yeah.
So I wonder if the Yankees team is owned by a southern gentleman. And he found a loophole. Do you reckon everyone involved in the Redskins was racist?
I think it was a different time.
They purposely pick not good players so they can say in public, damn Redskins. Good for nothing.
I think you're the first person to think this exact thought.
It's
Wait
pretty
a minute.
dumb.
I feel like... Hold on.
Oh, sorry, phoning in the news?
I feel like one of the coaches... Oh, maybe not. Maybe he wasn't a coach there. I feel like there was
how Matt's lighting so consistent.
I feel like there was a problematic coach that worked for the Redskins / football team / Commanders. Yeah.
What were they called in between the Commanders and the Redskins?
Washington football
The
team.
football team.
Ah,
The red team.
Probably the most apt name.
go football team.
How about
actually, you're gonna
that
love
football
this.
team?
So, have you heard of Queensland FC?
Yes.
No.
Great game on the weekend by the football team.
No. So
I know of Queensland FC. Quite good.
Yeah, the dude's clothing brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild how cool the designs are. But he just popped up my feed the other day, and it was like him talking about how he used to make. Oh, he made merch stuff for one particular Gold Coast Suns player. Forget who it was. It was him. No, it was him in Gold Coast Suns stuff, I think. It was a very quick video. I only watched it once. He was making rip off Gold Coast Suns stuff, but like fan stuff, like cool stuff. And now he just made a merch thing called Queensland FC, and there's one I really want to buy, which is Queensland FC 1992 World Cup game kit, and it says Queensland and then football in German or something, football club in German or Dutch or something or other, and it's just like the most wild design. Oh, hold on,
It's got a Greek beater in it.
Oh, I can't
Queensland
order it because
Football
it's
Club.
only available in small.
You're a svelte man. You could squeeze into a small. You'd look
I
jacked in a
have
small.
worn. Don't tell Dan's mate, Scotty from Scotland, but I have worn. Thanks to Dan, actually, I have worn a small Celtic shirt that fit. On paper, I'm a Rangers fan, so
There you go. Now,
there was a little bit of
This Queensland FC, did that slide across your desk due to a one Broden Kelly that you're a big fan of?
No, it was like it probably did in the algorithm do that,
Yeah.
but
Given
it was
he's in all of the photos of the front office gear.
yeah, he's a model on the new line.
Yeah.
But I think that's where the algorithm conjured this one up from. But I'm absolutely not buying a $249 Japanese linen shirt. I'd much rather buy an $89 rip-off World Cup kit from a team that doesn't exist and never will exist.
Definitely. I was just looking at some of that stuff, the very expensive stuff. Do you reckon those first two items actually ever existed, or they're just marked as sold out because they took photos?
Ooh.
I can't believe that they sold out of those $200 and $225 shirts.
These ones here, the shirt and tank combo.
Yes.
I don't know. The shirt is kind of cool. I wouldn't pay $100 for it.
Would you pay $200 for it? Because that's what it was going for.
No, that's what I'm getting at. Like, I wouldn't even pay $100.
No, you're getting half a shirt. They just made those out of
this lovely photo of Broden Kelly on the bit though.
Yeah, jump over to the YouTube for this bit here. They just had some leftover.
They're pretty moody pics, aren't they?
They are pretty moody. They had some leftover Nan's curtains in the Vietnamese sweatshops. So they decided to make shirts out of them.
No, Japanese. It says Japanese linen.
Ah, right.
But this is the one I want.
It's Japanese linen, but they send it to Vietnam.
It's German flag colours. It says Queensland football in German.
Yeah.
It's the rudest thing ever. I might settle for this one, though, given that it's available in not a small... Oh.
Joke's on you.
Only smalls are available. Looks like I have to...
Yoked in that, too.
Yeah, it looks like I'll just get the other one. I'm not getting that. Should we place the order now? Does he have Afterpay? More payment options available. Isaac, do you mind if I just type in your credit card information?
Sure. You can use my PayPal if you'd like, but it's going to use my shipping address. So get me an extra large. Cheers.
Extra large. It's only available in a small.
Oh, I'm going to look so swole in this.
Yoked!
It's going to look horrific.
Yeah. Oh, well.
All right. Actually, back to Butcher of the Week.
Totally sorry.
I've
got two, so do you want me to sandwich mine? Oh, so Matt didn't do anything.
We've got 4 from 2 people.
I saw that there were so many entries. I thought,
yeah, fuck off.
Work's already done.
You don't want too much steak on the plate.
Carnival diet people be like...
I thought we covered you can't have too much of a good thing last week.
Well, should we just alternate then?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to start with Gabba food.
Okay.
Because chronologically, that's what happened first for me.
Yep, makes sense.
So, as I alluded to earlier, I went to the cricket last Thursday, took the day off work to go to the cricket day one.
Good choice.
And, I did eat. It was a very unusual experience for me having a test match start at 2 p.m.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, we went to the pub first, got lunch. That was lovely. Lovely pizza. But, you get to the cricket and you still want to eat. And I'm meandering about. I'm looking for sausage rolls. Just like this.
He's on the hunt.
On the hunt for some sausage rolls. And initially I couldn't find anything. I was like, oh, yeah, fair enough. People have been here for a little bit before us. So I'm going to go sit down for first ball. And I get up later, go look for a sausage roll. Not a single sausage roll in sight.
Not one.
Not one. I didn't see one at all. Plenty of pies, plenty of Chicos, and I think the sausage roll on the menu was replaced with hot dogs.
Oh. That's tough.
It is tough. It's not the same. Plus, a hot dog's, $9 or something ridiculous?
It was actually like $6.80 or something. It was essentially a longer version of a KFC dinner roll. with the most hot dog looking hot dog inside it. Like, you know,
insert hot dog here, hot dog.
Yeah, literally, like the Costco ones, because you can get the pickle and stuff, are better because you can, you know, put all the toppings on it. This one, dry, no option for topping. Pay extra for sauce.
Yeah, that's rough. That
absolute fucking shambles.
Definitely hammers home the need to take a thermos full of hot dogs if you're planning on having hot dogs.
Every time I remember you did that, it's a joy.
That's just great. It's
a joy in my brain.
I feel even better about it because we shared with that bloke too.
Oh fuck! What a day.
If I attended, I definitely would have had a backpack full of food. Just putting it out there.
I had a tote bag full of snacks.
Okay, fair. Yep, good choice. Good choice.
I just because we went to the shops on the way.
Yep.
To Brisbane, so I didn't have time to make sandwiches or anything. Which a sandwich would have gone down so well.
It would have been nice not to have to get up at, you know, the crack of dawn to then get on a train to then get to Brisbane and then run through the gate for the first ball to see a wicket.
Yeah, but then there was also no first ball wicket, so it kind of, you know...
Yeah, a bit
anticlimactic at that point, doesn't it?
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Fair enough. All right, my first nomination is the Storm on the Beach podcast, otherwise known as us.
Hey, that's us.
Not
on TV.
Not a great week last week from us. Hand up, I'll own it. Full credit not to the boys. Not our best performance. Hopefully this one is much better.
You know, the first day when you work remotely, it's a bit funny.
Yeah.
You don't know where the boundaries lie.
Yeah.
You have to figure out how to get on the call.
Yep, that's true. Sort out all your issues, as you know, people not muting themselves, all that sort of stuff.
People not buying a webcam.
People not set up with the correct equipment.
Tough, yeah.
Matt's just sitting there smiling through this whole thing in his kangaroo shirt.
I know, right? He's just having a great
Being the first one to buy a webcam. Yeah. Manycam's obviously the first sponsor of our show, given that Matt's just plugging the shit out of that in every episode so far.
You just crop that little bit out of all the clips that we post.
Matt comes up in the middle of it. Will come up in the middle of this one though.
Tough. I suppose that's probably a better look.
I think gave me the option to change
because then at least
otherwise Matt's just dead space down the bottom.
Yeah. We just put like a sticker over him or something. In the clips.
I put the logo. I put our logo over the Manycam logo on the very not good reel. That
cool. Nice one.
Didn't get uploaded, I don't think.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't very good. Yeah.
Yeah, opted against that one.
Yeah.
I decided not to explain myself on that decision.
No. It's all good. We've got that connection. So
yeah. An executive decision was made. I think it was for the best.
Yeah, it was telepathic.
Yeah. All right, your second nomination.
Sorry, just fixing my white balance.
No worries.
There we go. My second nomination is Borussia Dortmund Football Club.
Okay.
For posting for the 26th of January. That's right. German Football Club posts for Australia Day. As far as I'm aware, they don't have any Australian players in their lineup. They post, Happy Australia Independence Day.
Oh, you love to see it.
You reckon they're just rubbing it in our face?
Yeah.
That's so much better than I was expecting.
Yep.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, the comments are a bit of a place. There's all sorts kicking around on Facebook. People suggesting they're trying to corner the separatist market.
What do they want droids for? That's a terrible.
No comment.
Oh, Christ.
King Charles has entered the chat. All sorts is in here. Allegedly, we gained independence.
Club.
Yeah, right. Someone posted that we gained independence from England/UK on the 3rd of March, 1986, and I'm not willing to Google that date to figure out what they're getting wrong. So, but yeah, that's my subtle little butcher.
Fair enough. Good one. And then my second nomination is the ESPN footy tipping app. Still sends me reminders, so clearly knows I'm entered into competitions. won't let me log in to do my tips. Flat out won't let me log in.
You can post your tips on the website.
Oh, I've tried. Also won't let me log in there.
Oh.
Because I've tried previously to jump on the website so I can remove myself from competitions such as the FIFA Men's World Cup, which I no longer want sitting there.
There's no way to remove them on the app. That's also
no, exactly.
dodgy.
That's nomination worthy. So
yeah,
ESPN Footy Tips app. I guess I'll have to suss if there's an update or something like that. Who knows? No tips for me, I guess. Pretty frustrating.
Is it just last week that you missed on the tips?
Yeah, and whatever other sports that I missed.
Oh, I don't care about the other ones.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I
so
missed
that
all
would
of
mean
last week on the
I think
on the EPL.
I think Zach would have only been 2 ahead of you last week, so you were still in the running. But Zach is now,
yeah,
unfortunately, Zach is now 5 ahead of you.
Correct, because I got friggin' none. Oh, it's let me in.
There you go. Maybe they had server issues at the exact moment you were trying to log in every time.
Maybe.
I feel like in the Prem it should. No, it can't really gift you the away team, can it? Maybe the draw. It should gift you the draw.
Yeah, well,
or just like at least give you the option that the least amount of people picked instead of giving you nothing. Just like give you the underdog every week.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it looks like it's given me the draw. I can quickly throw in tips.
Nah, you got 0-0-0 this week.
But yeah, it just gives you absolutely nothing, which is
the draw
sucks.
on my screen is Tottenham. So Tottenham drew in the Fulham Everton game.
Yeah, right.
That's also how shit their app is. Can't even put the fucking logos in the right place.
Yeah, so that's my nomination. Matt, have you thought of
very worthy options?
Yeah, a full slate, a full shop of butchers this week. All very worthy. Matt, have you thought of any butchers of this week for yourself?
Have I thought of?
Yeah.
Maybe my family, I guess. Coming in every 5 minutes.
I was about to put you down for not buying the Kmart on air sign. You need to buy that and then put it outside your room every episode so no one walks in. They're like $10.
I was entirely too embarrassed to buy that sign.
Oh, $20.
This is the man that will go down to the pub and talk in front of. Oh, it's $20. I lied.
It's strange.
Go down to the pub
he doesn't have to see
and
those
talk
people
in front
again.
of. Yeah, but talk in front of strangers that are drunk and in Ipswich too, so you know they're dangerous.
Go down to the pub and bomb in front of strangers.
But that just sounds horrible. I'm more scared to bomb in front
time.
of strangers than I am people I know. And instead, you could have bought this. Look at it. $20. It looks sick.
I might add
Pretty
that
funny.
to my purchase list, actually.
Yeah, I'll just copy that and I'll put it in the Facebook chat for you.
Thanks.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. We could all have one in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did purchase some signs off of Amazon, I believe, or maybe it was eBay. It might have been a multitude of places for the back of my video shots. Both of them Jesus related, actually. One of them is says Jesus saves.
Not Man City.
No.
Oh,
not Gabriel. The one of them is Jesus saves. It's Jesus in hockey goalie gear making a save. And then the other one is Jesus crossing up the devil with a basketball.
That's pretty sick.
I was like, hell
How
yeah.
much did that cost you?
I think they were like $10 each or something like that.
Tell him he's dreaming. Oh, God, I've made this too bright.
Oh, my days.
Sorry, Jesus is in the room.
So bright.
Oh, I can't see. Oh, God, too dark. All right, we're back. Wild. Yeah, I'm thinking about putting something, but I've only got a very slim little section
Slim
here.
area, yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's why I have...
And then my fucking wardrobe just like over there.
That's why I got a few things on my list waiting until I have a better space
Financial
behind
support.
me. Yeah, exactly.
Oh. Why don't we all just get green screens behind us and then just
Just put ourselves wherever we want at that point.
yeah.
Matt's rocking the
Well,
black
to be
screen.
fair, Zoom can do it. Microsoft Teams can do it. Why can't this
I was sort of surprised
professional application?
that this didn't have background capabilities, but then again, also not really. It would be funny if Matt just
there's
used
gotta be
that background, like that photo as his background. It was just him sitting in front of himself.
Well, when you have a regular webcam, you can use ManyCam to lay you over any background you want.
I see.
think. So that would be possible. And Matt, when your webcam arrives, hopefully this week, please send your Amazon confirmation to the chat. When that arrives, I want to see that, please. Thanks. I want to see you in front of you. And then you can probably do you in front of you again if you screenshot that, infinite. That's fine.
Oh, even better.
Should we shit list?
I paid just under $11 for both signs. They were both $5
That's
something.
wild.
Oh yeah.
Don't tell Displate.
They're so expensive. It's disgusting.
Yeah, well, they're printed out of rare earth metals or some bullshit, aren't they? So
Allegedly.
The same stuff that Tesla's making all their batteries out of.
who's going to go broke first?
Speaking of expensive, I did a quick Google of on-air sign because you said the Kmart one. So I was like, I wonder how much, that would be. Obviously, Kmart was first result, $20. And then I saw, Kings of Neon, $300 and something. I was like,
It's probably actual neon.
no, thanks.
That's a great business name, though.
It is a good
It
business
is.
name.
Oh, and they're Australian. Wow. You can get DIY, too. Do you want to storm in the beach neon sign?
Ooh. Can we write it off?
Well, yeah.
Hell yeah,
That's
dude.
the thing.
I'll take a Noble Gas sign any day of the week.
Oh, man, it's got the periodic table jokes out, dude. Wow. Okay, well they kind of set you up here. They don't tell you the price. You have to get a quote, but on the quote, it's an additional $75 for an acrylic stand to go with it, just so it can stand up by itself.
I see.
Oh, there we go. If you get the three letters, fun, $380, and that's only 50 centimeters.
That
tall.
sounds like a bargain, I reckon. Just get a quick
Yeah, I'm
STB.
going to leave Kings of Neon until they sponsor us.
All right. Movements on the shit list.
I'll start with the weaker of my two nominations for this week.
Okay.
It is Manchester United forward. Is he a forward? Doesn't score often. He scored his first goal of the season after 23 matches. That's the £85 million man. He was playing in a starting 11 valued at £450 million against a team that cost less than Manchester United's right fullback or left full, one of the two, Diogo Dalot. The whole team cost £11 million, less than £11 million.
Oh my god.
So it's not that him scoring a goal puts him on shit list territory. It's that after being shit the entire season and then scoring once, he celebrated so excessively, just like he had scored a goal in the World Cup final. Honestly.
Well, I mean, if you're only scoring one every, 20-something games, you better make the most of it, right, with your celebration?
Yeah, that's it. It's
means the
it's
world
the
to
Pat
him.
Beverley approach.
Yeah.
Are you suggesting some sort of edging effect?
Been building up. He's
Where if
been
you-
practicing
if
his
you score
celebrations
less-
every week until this point.
Yeah.
And he hasn't scored yet.
Score less often feels better.
He's been scoring in his dreams all year.
Yeah.
Nocturnal conversions in front of goal all year, and you're ragging on the guy for scoring and celebrating his heart out.
Yeah.
Man did so many things as part of this celebration too. All right, so He's done the only part of this I think is fine is he's turned around to Bruno Fernandes and hit him with he's more bent over. He's more like this. Hold on.
Check us on YouTube. Yep.
But he's like smiling or whatever.
Yep.
And he's like, about to looks like he's about to give him a hug. So, and then they do. So good on him. That's camaraderie or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Then he hits with this bullshit. Literally eyes closed and shit too. What the fuck is that?
What is that? What is that? A Renaissance painting?
Yeah. With this lighting, I don't think so. And then on the knees, pointed up to Jesus. And then he's also pointed up to Jesus, both hands open, standing up again after that. Delay of game penalty may be necessary in the future.
Yeah, 2 minutes in the box would be pretty good. Football in it, pretty easy to score goals, right? There's heaps per game.
There's not that many per game, no.
No.
But
so
when you cost £85 million, you probably should be creating them.
Yeah, but he's probably one-man team. Like, he's probably got no one to kick it to at Man United, right?
That is fair.
It's just that's not fair. It's not fair at all. Yeah, no. It's just wild to me. It's the culture thing that gets me. It's like, yeah, I can't believe it.
Okay,
if I'm honest.
Okay.
Nature versus nurture, perhaps.
Elaborate.
That would mean that United are hiring exclusively knobheads, and they're not the ones that turn them into knobheads.
Dude, that's Chelsea.
Yeah.
No. I don't dislike actively the behaviour of the entire Chelsea team, but I tell you what, I do dislike 75% of United's players just based on their attitudes.
That is interesting. Manchester is a city of knobheads. I've never been, but you can tell.
I've been had a curry, went to a record shop, and then drove on.
So this is it.
Yeah. Manchester, innit?
Curry shop pub. TABs as far as the eye can see.
There actually was, yeah. That's a weird part of England, actually, is just TAB shops by themselves.
It's
not
wild.
even. I don't think they're even licensed. I think you go in and place a bet and then you go next door to the pub.
That's it. They're literally gambling holes in the wall. And that's all it is. But you'd say they're gambling holes in the wall. It's more like there's other shops that are holes in the wall amongst the gambling wall. You walk down the block and it's like every third shop is a William Hill or a Betfred or whatever, and there's degenerates in all of them. It's not like here where you roll past a standalone TAB and there might be like one guy, if you're lucky. It's like that.
He's in there because his phone's dead.
Exactly. They're making good business over there, I would say. They don't. I don't think they have the think about what you could be buying otherwise sort of ads like we have here that are thrust upon us here.
We like the ads. Otherwise, we would get Shaquille O'Neal hanging out with the uninspired unemployed.
Or Shaquille O'Neal hanging out with himself.
Yeah, he's not on cam websites yet, is he?
Doing the Tom Hardy acting job.
Or the Paul Rudd. In that one Netflix show that you probably should watch. If I'm watching the boy that swallows, then you have to watch then you have to watch the other one.
What's it called?
That's the wrong movie, dude.
Oh shit!
Don't Google that.
Whoops. All right. Well, that's enough. That's enough Anthony talk. Let's go rag on the other Manchester club, Man City, with Kyle Walker. Now,
did you ever, as a kid, let's say, Harry Maguire's a little bit polarizing, right?
Sure.
I've come around on him actually.
Exactly.
Oh,
he's polarizing. Perfect.
Not as a player, but as a person, he seems like a decent human being.
The point
Shit
is,
at football.
when you're a kid and especially growing up with the internet, you don't understand it that much. You're like, man, Harry Maguire's a bit of a boob, isn't he? So you Google like funny boobs, and you don't get the search result you thought you were going to get.
What would you get?
There's not
in that
pictures of
regard?
Harry Maguire.
Were you born before Safe Search, dude?
I think so.
Yeah, I think we were born before Google, weren't we?
I don't remember all like the safe search and like some kid at school could just be like, dude, Google gore, and you're like, okay.
Google lemon
Why is there all
party.
these links? There's all these links from Brazil.
I'm only 5 months older than Google.
Whoa.
I can't wait to check out all the delicious sausages on meatspin.com. I want to win a meat
Oldest
trade.
trick in the book.
I wonder which girl's going to get to drink the milkshake out of the cup.
Oh. I hope they've got
Too
straws.
Hey, fuck you! Can I move on to the thing I had already moved on to?
Yes.
Is that okay?
Sure.
Just
We've seen green eggs and ham before, but I can't wait to see what a blue waffle looks like.
You can't stop himself.
fucking hell.
Please.
Okay,
There is another one. There's that one other one, actually.
go on.
Hold on, I'll find it.
This is going to be more of a reflection of you than it is of us.
It's the dude that sits on the jar.
Oh,
but
I knew
can't
it was going
remember
to be
what
the dude that sits on the jar.
I can't remember what the website used to be called.
I don't know. I think I've blocked that one out of my brain for that reason.
Oh, well, I got hit with a meme the other day. That was the first half of that video, like nothing dodgy.
Yeah.
Like it was just feet and jar
Oh man.
as like the punchline to a thing. I was like, fucking hell.
Unlocked a
I
bad
wonder if
core
those
memory.
sites are even active anymore.
I'm sure
What,
there's
you reckon
some.
Meat Spin? I'm too scared to open Meat
You
Spin.
know
to be
what?
honest.
You know
give it a
what,
crack,
meat
Matt.
spin? Hey, dude, check out meat spin. It's great.
Rather not.
For all your
All right,
butchering
funny
needs.
Meat Spin story, right? I've actually got a really funny Meat Spin story. Are you ready? So, I did a cert. Well, I didn't finish it. I attempted to do a cert 3 or 4 in digital media or whatever. Realized it was a lot less video than I thought it was. But anyway, we're in the computer lab one day at, technically getting paid because it's an internship or whatever. And one of the guys pops out of the room, goes to the bathroom or something, and I'm like, this would be funny. I'm going to hit him with the meat spin on his computer. And I hit him with the meat spin and I lock his computer again, just like, that way it's like a slow burn.
Yep.
So no one else is looking at it until he walks back in. He comes back. Turns out he actually asked the lecturer dude who was in the other room a question about what he was working on.
Oh no.
Essentially comes back with the teacher.
Oh.
And I'm like, no, don't do that. No. Don't do that. And then, open it, and there you go.
Yes.
Meat spin. So, it could have been better. Could have been worse, if I'm honest.
That's a pretty good harmless prank, I would say.
Not when you're in like
Relatively harmless.
Like year 10 or 11 and you just feel deceased because the teacher's seen the thing.
Yeah, for sure. I think at that point,
Yeah.
maybe it's like a, force restart, touch the button sort of thing situation to get yourself out of it.
I think I literally tried to. And
Just didn't work.
Because they're not
Programs still
real
running.
teachers, I don't think.
Yeah.
They're just dudes with blue cards that are like, here's how to code.
Yeah.
And they're not really, they're just like pointing us at a website.
Yeah.
I think it was a money laundering scheme, if I'm honest. But did try and turn it off. And then he took the piss out of me too. So
Fair enough.
a good role model or whatever.
Yeah, I guess so.
Really taught me a fucking lesson. I haven't
life
spent
lesson.
anyone like that since.
Good stuff.
But shit list.
Yep.
I've got Man City star Kyle Walker.
Okay. I think
now
I've read
is
about
his-
this. Fill us in.
You almost certainly have. It's been on everything. Currently, I'm reading from a really esteemed journal called The Sun.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Walker has confessed to betraying soulmate and best friend Annie Kilner, his wife, in an interview. He cheated on his wife, had a kid with the what do they call him?
Mistress, I believe.
Mistress. I kept thinking missus. Yeah, so he had both. Well, I guess he had kept both kids with his missus and his mistress.
Yep.
And then he says, "I made idiot choices and idiot decisions. I can't begin to think or imagine what Annie is going through. I've tried to ask her, but there's pain and hurt. There's pain and hurt because he went and had a second kid.
Yeah, not
With
just
the
one.
mistress. Not one. He ran it back.
Fool
Which is
me
fucking
twice.
wild.
Yeah, look.
Which is why I think it's shitless territory, because he's yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, you can take the man out of Sheffield, but can you take Sheffield out of the man?
I'd say
That's a pretty good nomination.
Yeah, it's a great nomination. Definitely happy to give the nomination for this week to Kyle Walker over Anthony. But although there's the argument from the other side saying, is it a shit list nomination? Because that was the standard that we should have expected. Really, he's got priors.
Well, I didn't know the first one though. Is the thing.
No,
so he's just kind of. He's like stacked me out. He's like, dragon dagger specked me. He's just gone all at once. And, I'm out here taking poison damage in the wilderness, freaking out.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I would throw my shit list entry at Kyle Walker out of the two of them.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I think that's the better of the two entries.
Especially because if you're going to talk about priors, Anthony doesn't have any priors, I guess.
True.
Too bad.
Did you read the bit in the article about his physical condition of when the second encounter occurred? Well,
No.
he was.
Where's that?
He was injured, off of footballing duties, sent to London for a specialist, I think, with a groin injury. Clearly mustn't have been too bad, given he pumped out a kid in the process. That was allegedly part of the reason. He may have
done none of the work at that point, I guess.
This is true. That was allegedly part of the reason why he wanted to be transferred to elsewhere in Europe to play, so that he wasn't, in the situation where things could occur. He's a weak man, I guess. He's got his vices.
How do we tell him that there is indeed women in, France, Germany, Italy as well? He could very much be in that situation again.
Yeah,
if he just moved.
I guess so.
He is doing it tough, though, to be fair. He did move out of the family home. He's now renting by himself. But he's renting a £8,000 a month pad in Cheshire. So must be doing tough.
Yeah, look, I'm sure the place he's renting is quite nice. He might even, be able to raise his 2 kids not with his wife there, if he wants. At least they can come visit without awkwardness.
The 2 + 4, I think, is the total. So
terrible.
He might have more kids than Premier Leagues, which is normally pretty normal, right? But not for a City player, I guess.
Either way, I definitely think he wins the nomination out of those 2 options.
He does. He's only got 5 prems. Only 5 prems. Sorry, what a fucking league.
Yeah.
What a joke.
What a loser.
Boots. All right. I'm going to go chuck him in the document. Oh, you've already done it.
Already done it. Did it while you were filling us in.
Thank you.
All right. Footy news. Thank you.
No worries. Glad I could be of assistance.
Gold Coast Sun star recruit Jed Walter has broken his collarbone at pre-season training and will be sidelined for up to 8 weeks. Which he'll probably obviously miss the first little bit of the season and hopefully he recovers quick enough to be injected into the lineup at some point later in the year.
Yep. I
to
saw
see.
your comment on the Gold Coast Suns chat group.
Yeah.
So I hopped on that thread.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, you'll be injected into the team for energy later in the season. I was like, look at all these positive people. I mean, if they're in a Gold Coast Suns fan group, I suppose they're all kind of positive.
You'd hope so. There was one person in there that seemed a bit negative. It was like, out until the second half of the season. It's like, Christ, didn't break a femur. It's 8 weeks. What month do you think we're in?
He's not the dude that got his leg snapped in half in the UFC.
Exactly. What, Conor McGregor?
Yeah.
Or Anderson Silva?
Was it Conor McGregor?
Conor McGregor.
Yeah, the guy that stepped back onto his leg and it just kind of went, ooh.
Oh, I think Conor McGregor sort of did that too. But
okay.
Yeah, we've got roughly 12 rounds until halfway through the season. So I think he'll probably be back before the second half of the season. Fair estimate. His legs aren't broken, so hopefully he can keep up fitness on the bike or something while the
That'd be nice.
collarbone resets itself.
And 36 days until footy actually starts.
Well, how good's that?
With round 0.
Opening round, not round 0.
Nah, it's round 0 on the tipping app.
Well, we all know how crap the app is. They're clearly wrong.
Yeah, well, here's what it is. It's gospel for the tips.
We're not college football. It's not a week 0. It's the opening round.
Yeah, opening round. Look, while we're talking about injuries, Jack Silvani is to be strung up with the rest of the salami for the entire season with his ruptured ACL in training.
Yeah. Saw this one.
Yeah.
Not great. Silvani's been a bit, hit and miss in regards to getting time in the team, but I feel like last year was a lot better for him. So tough to see. One of the more likeable Carlton players, I would say.
Unusual, that.
Unusual, very unusual. Then again, I can still hold over him the fact that he's a father-son pick as well. Gold Coast Suns are about 150 years off getting one of those. So,
I don't know. What Mr. Neddy Walters isn't doing much right now. He could crack onto that. Jed Walters. Christ, I just called him Ned. But yeah, while he's out with the collarbone, he could
start the
a
process.
dynasty.
Could start the process.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Will Powell's already kicked things off in that department as well.
Oh, has he?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. Got a little one on the way.
Happy days.
But I mean, it would be good to see Jack Silvani back in the AFL. Fingers crossed. He has a good recovery. He could have one of those, miracle returns. Who knows? Might be back.
What's that?
Before the end of the season.
What's a miracle return? He's changing the Gatorade to wine? Or?
Carlton won't be playing finals, so actually he's got even less time to come back.
Speaking of come back, Jared Roughhead back at Hawthorn in a recruitment role. He's looking at being a bit of a list management guy, focusing on trades and free agency.
Things you love to see.
Yeah. Get around him.
He's a decently handsome fellow. For some, oh no, he does have a pretty rough head.
You got ice or what?
Aptly named.
Yeah, facts.
Do you reckon that was a nature or nurture sort of naming?
Coincidence, I think. Well,
I hope that family doesn't have any daughters.
Correlation.
God damn it, Matt.
Not definitely.
That's great though. He's an absolute legend of the club.
Yeah.
Yeah, and retired. Left and then came back a little bit because of cancer as well. So,
Oh wow.
Yeah, we'll take him.
Man, there's a lot of people beating cancer lately. Maybe it's not as powerful as it once was.
Or is it just you're getting a sample of the famous people who are having not very serious cancer?
Yeah. It's
survivorship bias at its finest, isn't it?
I feel like there's been a number of people in the past few months, a number of famous people that have died from cancer in the past few months as well.
Name me one without googling it. Oh, I saw you reach. Pava fucking Roddy, dude.
He died of pancreatic cancer.
Is he the
That's
singer
a bad
person?
one too. He is a singing person.
He was.
He was a singing person.
He was arguably the greatest, so people say he was gone too soon, but he was 71. That's a decent innings.
It's not bad. It's not bad for someone with cancer as well.
No. Ooh.
Well, it's pretty good for a rich Italian, I think, because you can indulge in so much,
so many cured meats.
Yeah,
his body was probably fighting off gout his whole life.
That's so funny, dude. 71 for a rich Italian is like 110 anywhere else in the world.
You have to consider also that in the sample size of rich Italians, you have mobsters.
True.
Oh, dude. True. There's so many layers.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So many layers, like a lasagna. Like a mama's lasagna.
Imagine eating just like, I don't know, duck fat, pork rind, black coffee.
Sounds pretty good.
All the greatest sweets and tarts. and then, yeah, like your nonna's like, well, we need to eat something a little healthier. I made a lasagna. It's like, dude, how does anyone live over there? Maybe that's what happened when COVID hit.
They live well, die soon, I think.
COVID wiped them all out, but if they were all battling with gout already...
Yeah, they were just pumping up the COVID numbers, weren't they? They died with COVID, not from it.
Oh yeah, we're not a conspiracy podcast, all right, champ. We swear a lot, and we don't get banned for it, but we might get banned for talking about
the
vid.
There might be a little information pop up on the bottom of the YouTube video.
I fucking hope not.
When they were cremating the bodies, smelled like pizza was cooking all over the...
They were burning up so quick because they were full of olive oil. It's like how eucalyptus trees like catch a light like crazy. That's Italian cremations. Done in 3 minutes.
I need help.
They just throw them in a big brick oven and spin them around for 90 seconds and they're done.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But yeah, here for a good time, potentially not a long time. The Italians and their diet.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, Christ. I look so dodgy in this light now because you made me.
It's a heavy subject.
Yeah, man.
This podcast brought to you by 3Chi.
What's that?
all of your edible gummy needs provided. Use code Storm on the Beach. Don't forget the apostrophe. No spaces.
That's the full code. Full stop.
Full stop.
A lot of the popular pods are taking some sort of like nicotine tablets at the moment.
Yeah, nicotine's huge in the States. It's getting big here too. I saw
green sponsorship.
Nicotine pouches getting advertised on social media here as well.
Really?
Given their massive over there. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. Sorry.
Given Zins are currently in the process of potentially being banned in the US, which is crazy. But
what is
Zins, which is like it's another brand of nicotine pouch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that you stick in your lip or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, very big over there.
Well, speaking of the US, should we move on to their sport?
Sure. National Biscuit Association.
I've actually got a soundbite for the National Biscuit Association. If you're ready.
Okay.
Yep. Defense.
Jesus Christ. You're going to have to record that one and put it on a button so you don't have to do it every time.
Yeah, just like you do with the opening song.
Yeah. Throw that on a button. That's great.
Did not expect that.
Neither. It was spur of the moment.
All right.
Crack
on. On Saturday, Luka Doncic equaled the fourth highest points scored in an NBA game with 73 on shooting 25 out of 33, 75.75%. and 8 out of 13 from 3-point land, which is 61.5%. 15 out of 16 free throws, and he was doing a bit of everything with 10 rebounds, 7 assists in a win over Atlanta, 148 to 143.
A tight win too.
Yeah. That's so many
Yeah,
points.
it wasn't just a blowout game. Yeah, nice.
That's so many points. I feel like some other players
That's wild.
scored. Devin Booker scored 62, I think, on the same night. So something in the water, perhaps.
Fucking hell.
Who knows? But Luka is nice to watch. If you watch the highlights from that game, he scores them every which way. He's not just jacking up threes like a Mr. Curry. He's not just milking free throws, even though he got quite a lot, like a Joel Embiid. Bit of mid-range in there, bit of everything. Love to see it.
I have 2 notes on this, actually.
Okay, go on.
One of which is this is a much better statistic than one I saw the other day, which was regarding Ben Simmons. So someone was given Ben Simmons the old double wrister for almost getting a
Triple-double?
almost getting a triple-double. They were like, he's like 2 rebounds off a triple-double over. And it's like, okay, yeah, cool, congrats. In a game they won by about 1 billion points. So it's like, okay, all right. But yeah, I like very much that he scored 1 billion. Mr. Luka scored 1 billion points in a tight win.
Yeah,
because I feel like it just means more.
Definitely. He was probably on the court for close to the whole 48 minutes.
Against as many starters as possible too, right?
Like exactly.
The other team's not resting people because they're already down by 1 billion.
Yeah. Exactly. Devin Booker, sucks to suck, scored 62 on the same night and lost. Luka Doncic, just different gravy, I guess.
Facts.
Big congrats to Kevin Durant on slithering his way to 28,000 regular season points. Well done, I guess. Was my favourite player for a while. Star of the movie Thunderstruck. Wouldn't recommend. Don't bother putting that on your watch list.
No, it's so bad.
But congrats to him. I still don't understand why they bother keeping records like that, though. Like, I don't get why they differentiate regular season and playoff points.
Joel's been copping some flack though, for sure. And
yeah, he
it seemed like.
Go on.
What's that?
He ducked the Nuggets. He was a bit sore from scoring too many points the other night and didn't want to play in Denver, and didn't want to play against the best player in the competition. That
would have been a tough look if he got humiliated by the not MVP.
Yeah, the current reigning MVP wasn't there, and he may not be eligible to win MVP this season because I think he's only got 6 more games left that he can miss for the entire remainder of the season because there's now I think it's 65 game minimum.
The new cap. Yeah. No, but he has been copping some flack, and as a long-time Joel hater, I gotta admit, it seems a little bit unfair because being a point merchant is no different to your James Harden or anyone else in the league that's come before him. And I think it's more like, even though you can argue, yeah, he's doing it, it's more of like it's the officials allowing it to happen.
Exactly. Yeah.
So if they really cared, they would actually make it that you can't just flop your arms up and have a cry and get free throws.
Maybe they should change the rules, perhaps.
I wonder how you would, though, at this point.
Well, I think the thing that annoys me the most is that they officiate with those rules for, 46 of the 48 minutes, and then if it's a close game, there's just nothing in the last 2 minutes, other than timeouts or egregious take fouls or whatever. They don't call the same thing at the end of games when they're calling that stuff all game long.
No, definitely.
So, I guess the way you change it is you just ref like the last 2 minutes, but for the rest of the minutes of the game.
Yeah.
And then
I think...
go on.
Oh, sorry. No, you go.
I was going to say, then you get all the old heads hopefully stop complaining so much about how many fouls there are.
The old heads. It's so funny to say.
Speaking of complaining...
Yeah?
I actually found a stat I remembered that I saw the other day.
Go
on. This is one for people that want to whinge about the Lakers. Do you know the Lakers have shot 233 more free throws this year than the second place team, the New York Knicks?
Oh my god!
Or NBA.
I can't find the stat myself, but this is posted on Reddit, so it's obviously fact. The comparative stat is that they are dead last in drives to the basket. So if you want to complain, you can complain about biased refereeing alleged.
So the Lakers are dead last in driving to the basket, but
first in free
way
throws
more
attempted. Yeah.
Wow, that is interesting.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the NBA doesn't have yellow spreadsheet webpage, so I can't just quickly pull up the stat myself.
Yeah.
But Reddit had it, so
they're on it for sure.
I don't think that's a surprise to anyone. Maybe Dan. It's because they get fouled so much.
Sure it is.
Yeah. It's like finding out the Warriors shoot lots of 3-pointers.
No way.
Wow, really?
I think Isaac will love this. I think we should start calling Giannis Kim Soo-young, because he's the greatest bowman of all time.
I don't understand the reference.
It's a bit vague.
It's very specific. I just don't know what it references.
Kim Soo is supposedly the greatest Olympic archer of all time.
Yeah, but why is he a bowman?
Oh, Giannis loves the bow. The elbow.
But just before you said elbow, it clicked. I was like, yeah, okay. Makes sense.
Oh, no, I hit both.
Perfect.
Sorry.
That's fine the way it is.
No, it's obviously there's some bias because the Pels recently played the Bucks, but and full credit to Giannis, he scored like 40 points, 20 rebounds. He is a great player. He's capable of great plays, but it's pretty frustrating when he just sort of blatantly travels into the lane, elbows Jonas Valanciunas in the throat, no call, stops. And so there's a lot to take in when the team that you support, your favorite player's been elbowed in the throat. You think, okay, tech foul? He doesn't get called for the travel, and then he just dunks it, and everyone's applauding, and you're like, are we watching the same game? Yeah. Can
definitely sympathise with you. It's well known. I share the same thoughts. Is quick thought that's come to me, is Giannis the biggest pest in the NBA?
Oh, absolutely.
You hate to play him, but you'd love it if he was on your team.
Absolutely.
He's got to be in the conversation, at least. I guess there's different type of pests.
He's not the most
too.
aggressive pest in the NBA,
exactly.
though.
I was just about to say there's different types of pests. There's your Draymond Greens, and I feel like Pat Beverly, bit of a pest. Who else?
Alvarado, pretty pest.
Little bit of a pest, but on the nicer side.
He's an honourable pest.
Yeah, exactly. He's the moth that goes into the bug zapper. Like, you know what you're going to get. He's harmless. You know what you're going to get.
He's not your Jay Crowder.
Exactly. He's not Jay Crowder. He's not Dylan Brooks.
Crowd is a wasp.
Yeah. Dylan Brooks is just like the biggest mosquito in the league. And it's like, he sucks blood out of you once, and then he just buzzes around you talking shit for the rest of the night. You can't get him. I do like your joke, though. Now it makes sense. It's a good one.
Yeah, but if it needs that much explaining, it's just crazy to think that you're a person that does stand-up, you know? Because if you have to explain your jokes...
Matt, do you get paid for your stand-up?
Oh, absolutely not.
How do you get in? Do you just put your name on a list?
I do some things I'm not too proud of, but whatever it takes.
I see.
It's the industry, I suppose.
I guess so. Very, very tight industry.
You got to suck your way to the top.
Very tight industry to get into. You might not be so tight as you're coming out of it.
Jeez. I don't like that.
Not a fan of that.
Hey, guys. Not a fan.
Do you reckon
Thanks.
they're ever going to retroactively update the opening credits of Lord of the Rings to take out a certain Steen name from the production?
No.
Because they've done.
Nah, yeah, probably not.
Probably not, right?
Work's been done.
Well, they did it in.
They did saw down James Cook in St Kilda.
True.
He probably never saw that coming.
True.
Well, yeah, because he's dead.
They
He's a fucking statue, dude.
they did
Literally.
they did change the end credits of Rambo, I think, or one of the Rambos that used to honour the valiant people of the Mujahideen or whatever their names were, a known terrorist organisation after the fact.
Oh, well, that's a bit different.
Yeah, but, you know, Harvey Weinstein, not exactly a great guy either.
But he's not a terrorist.
I mean, he was terrorising some people in some way. He was terrorising up and coming, you know, actors and or actresses. I guess they're all
they
called
were
actors.
up and he was coming.
It's pretty good.
big film guy.
That's all I've got for
Weinstein sympathiser.
Oh, no, sorry.
Matt, stop apologising for trying to be funny.
That's what half his stand-up sets are.
Oh, sorry, guys. Sorry for talking while you were having a conversation in the audience.
Brutal.
I should have done that the other night. It didn't go well.
Dude, we could plant that. Me and Isaac could just turn up and sit in the crowd and have a loud conversation while you're doing it.
What if we just bring our best jokes as well? We just sitting across from each other telling our best jokes out loud as possible.
Sorry, Gohan's out here walking past my bike, moving my pedals.
As he walk,
He's trying to go for a bike ride. I got very distracted.
He's just pedaling away. You look over, he's cracking a sweat.
Dogs don't sweat, actually.
Yeah, no, I'm aware.
No,
Right.
Speaking on Draymond, he was clowning some guy, or, you know, being Draymond. And fans of him and his antics were like, oh, man, he's so funny and quirky. Look at him go. It's like, stop. Like, you know, when your kid, like, draws all over the walls in crayon, you don't laugh about it. He'll keep doing it.
They're the parents that say that's just the way he is. Like, you just got to love him for who he is. And it's like, no, just be a fucking better person.
That's his boys being boys.
Yeah.
Works every time.
Should we hockey pun into some hockey?
Should we slide?
Yeah, I was thinking slide, but it's just kind of generic.
Should we slap into some hockey?
That's better. But
Tape to tape. Should we snap it around to hockey?
let's hook into hockey.
Okay. 2 minutes for hooking. All right.
So you have until this time hits 1 hour 42 minutes then
That's not 2 minutes.
for all 4 of your points. All right, crack on.
I'll start with the last point. Coming into the NHL All-Star break in Toronto, the Vancouver Canucks and Boston Bruins lead the league both on 71 points and leading their respective divisions. Bit of a smoky with the Canucks. Have them at good value of 31-1 to win the cup. So riding that pretty hard. Let's go Canucks. Keep it up.
Come on, baby.
Here's a great sort of shitty stat for you. The St. Louis Blues set an NHL record for consecutive 4-3 wins by beating the Kings 2 days ago. A 3-game streak of 4-3 wins had been done 6 times before, most recently by Edmonton in 2021. The Blues won 4, 3 of them in overtime. So Blues fans pay for the whole seat, only need the edge of it sort of stuff.
You are correct. That is a shit stat.
It sucks. And as I...
Although it can win championships, though. I mean, you know...
Hey, they're winning games. They fired their coach, new coach bounce.
Is it a bounce, though, in hockey?
W's. The puck does bounce. They keep the pucks posed.
It's not as well documented.
Keep the pucks frozen so they don't bounce as much. So they're a bit harder. But you can get a lucky bounce here or there in hockey.
Okay. Yeah.
And as I briefly touched on last week, the Edmonton Oilers are now officially all the way back. Delving into their stats, they've won 16 games in a row and not lost since the 19th of December.
That's pretty good.
Pretty friggin' good. Maybe worth a sprinkle on the old Stanley Cup future.
But you've already got one on the other team.
Yeah, but you know, with the prices, you can get decent value. The favourites to win are still paying $10 currently. Anyone's league.
Wow.
You don't get any of this, you know, Man City 160 to win the league business.
Yeah, hold on. What are the current... Oh, no, we won't skip ahead too much, but I'll bring up the current odds for later.
All right. And I don't know. Final hooter. Done. And end of third period.
I mean, it was on 142 something, so I'll allow it.
Close-ish.
Yeah. You had your 2 minutes in the bin. Time served.
All right. Back to cricket. As we spoke through live last week, once again, the Brisbane Heat suck, but are good, winning the BBL title at the SCG with a score of 8 for 166 bowling. The Sydney Sixers out for 112 in 17 and a half overs.
It could be described.
Where was that a couple of weeks before?
The Brisbane Heat fell upwards into this after stumbling after a great season. They stumbled and then fell upwards.
At least they stumbled at the right time.
I'll allow that.
But full credit to the Heat. I don't know what to say. I feel like their team's not nearly as stacked as it used to be, but you know, they won, so what are you gonna do?
Good enough, I guess.
Enough.
It's the inverse of what it used to be, though. I mean, it used to be known for Matty Hayden and
correct.
That one Kiwi guy, Baz McCullum.
Yep.
You know, just like hitting the ball real big, and now the bowling attack's just good.
Original Baz ball.
Are you telling me the English Test side is actually an undercover T20 team?
They could be. They could be.
They actually just secretly care about the T20 World Cup a lot more than the Ashes,
maybe.
Which is a silly move.
Very silly. Now, back to you. You attended the cricket?
Yeah, for the third time today. I put this one in first before I put the other two in, I guess. But I did attend the cricket, and I barely left my seat.
Well, that's good, I think.
Even in the 4 hours that were a bit of a lull, I still just sat there, enjoyed it. It was lovely. What was really good is that the weather, the hotness, kind of died off as the game hit a lull. So it was like
that's all right then.
Good timing, because if it was traditional test start time, I think that we would have had 4 hours of nothing in the heat of the day, and that would have hurt. It was hot. Yeah. But yes, so the West Indies won.
Yeah. Bit of a shock. Ballsy move by Pat Cummins declaring while still trailing. Is what it is. But at the end of the day, cricket wins.
That might be the first bad captaincy decision he's made.
I think so.
He was due.
Was due for a bad one, yeah. Can't be great forever. Not even the J-Man got through unscathed, and he performed miracles. So first Test win for the Windies in Australia since 1997. Kind of wild. Led by Shamar Joseph with 7 for 68 in the second innings to bowl Australia out 8 runs short. It was captivating coming down to the wire. It was very good watching. Terrible to see that off stump just get knocked out. I was like, oh no.
Like, before he bowled the final wicket ball against Hazelwood, someone in the commentary box was like, oh, ballsy move from Hazelwood to, leave his off stump wide open like that. But, he's not a specialist batter. He's definitely not known for his batting or whatever.
Yeah.
He just gets his pegs absolutely rattled out of the ground,
not
dude.
Great. Joseph had a Undertaker-style return from a suspected broken toe thanks to a Mitchell Stark Yorker, which ended the Windies' second innings early. And then he just wasn't on the field for a while, and then he just tapped in and, got a quick-fire 7 wickets. Pretty handy.
Yeah, he said he wasn't even going to turn up to the ground. And then the team doctor's like, nah, you probably should. He's like, yeah, the team doctor works in magic. Here I am.
Interesting.
It's like, what? I need to know.
We might need to...
I really need to know.
Do some research into what the team doctor prescribed.
Is he an amputee? Is he missing his big toe?
He might have just had it lopped off. Could have been easier. Although the team doctor could have had the classic magic sponge with whatever is on it that makes everything not hurt anymore from junior sports.
A mixture of iodine and crack.
He might have just been bowling with a piece of magic sponge in his shoe the whole time, on his toe. He just felt $1 million.
I mean, I'm willing to suggest to Matt that he could do up that as a photographic meme of some description. A little X-ray vision of Shamar Joseph's foot. Crack on,
or a
Matt.
little quote card of what you just said about the team doctor saying bloody blah, and then little frame of the team doctor or team doctor's equipment, and it's just a photo of magic sponge.
Well, he could also, I mean, Big Simpsons guy, he could make the team doctor Dr. Nick and then Photoshop in the magic sponge.
True. Yeah, true.
And then final slide, not a doctor.
But yeah, either way, the result good for cricket. Sucks for us. We retain the trophy either way. 2-game series.
If it's good enough for the Ashes, it's good enough for that.
We're fine with it. But
2-game series is soft though. Yeah. I would have loved to see this go to at least one more
for
game.
For sure, definitely. But if the Windies can get up and about Test cricket again, that would be phenomenal for cricket.
Oh, well, I mean, on paper, they're more up and in it than Pakistan was, so...
True.
We'll see how they play against other people.
Yeah, true. All right.
It's football, innit?
Thank you. We've got, I think, plenty to cover here. Where do you want to start?
Most of it's the same thing. So...
Okay.
But my very first note, which is not related to the other thing, is Mr. Klopp got a lot of criticism earlier in the season for saying Tottenham Liverpool should be replayed due to that massive VAR error for a simple offside.
Sure.
He copped a lot of flack. Oh, well, and whatever. I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. Well, the Belgian First Division has set a pretty good precedent for other divisions now. They're only two teams that pretty much ever play. Oh, they've got more teams, but the two teams that are often in and around their European competitions, Genk and Anderlecht. That game is now being replayed because Genk took matters to court, where the Disciplinary Council for Professional Football ruled in their favour, deeming a penalty decision was a significant VAR error. Given the Liverpool-Tottenham one was already admitted to be a significant error, I think, take them to court, in and out, 15 minutes, replay. Crack on.
That is wild, the fact that it went to court, because you just know, like, the big clubs in England will just win all those cases every time because they'll just come in with like 15 lawyers. But
it's that like football governing body though. It's not like regular court.
Yeah, no, I'm aware.
It's a disciplinary council. Yeah.
I get you. Although it could work in the other favour and things just get thrown out because, defenders might just be committing a footballing act. And, happens in the game of football.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where I think it has to be a pretty large stitch up to overrule it at that kind of board.
Yep.
And I mean, the Liverpool one was admitted to be just a fucking ham-fisted attempt at communication, right? So, yeah, I didn't even get a clip of the Genk one actually, so I don't know how obvious it may have been. But yeah, supposedly the Genk one was the laws were just misinterpreted. So
see, that's very interesting because you think it would be up to the interpretation of the official, right? If they're able to be misinterpreted, rewrite them so that they can't be. Otherwise, you just ref with robots at that point. We all know some refs like to give out more cards than others, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Like.
Oh, I think I've just read that wrong.
Go on.
Yeah, it's entirely possible I just read that wrong. That was them talking about the Liverpool one.
I see. Yeah, right.
Terribly sorry.
Yeah.
Which was
lost in translation.
It was a misinterpretation of another person.
Lack of communication. That situation could have been solved with Morse code. That would have been a better communication than what actually happened.
Yeah.
They could have sent smoke signals. It would have been better. Use flags or something next time.
Yeah, honestly, like I would rather, it's one of those things we've been asking for it before, where just like cricket, the video ref should be broadcast.
Yes,
like sitting at the ground on Thursday, you literally hear the third umpire.
Yeah,
it's
like the transparency is
that would be perfect.
If we had the they would have been like, oh,
exactly. Stop the match. Stop the clock. Put the discussion over the speakers.
Yeah. And that's how do we know there's Ange Ball fan as well? So there you go.
How do we know there's not a capybara up there?
Exactly, you don't. Maybe that's why it got lost in translation.
You don't.
Capybara was trying to type capybara to English in Google Translate, and
it was looking at the grass on the field, getting a bit excited.
Hey Matt, how do we know you're not the capybara?
Oh.
His photo is very hairy.
Pretty big nose.
Pretty big nose.
Dude, I reckon I could find a photo of a capybara that looks like Matt. Hold on.
I reckon you could.
Oh, no. I'm South American, technically.
It wouldn't be... he's one of those European South Americans, if you know what I mean.
I just like the fashion.
I've always been a big Hugo Boss fan. I think Volkswagens are great cars.
Very good cars.
They're so safe. Said that recently.
I think there's a good chance you find a photo of Matt that looks like capybara, given he may be one behind the mask.
Yeah. There's got to be an online generator for like turning someone into an animal. I want to see the middle ground of Matt and Capybara.
Oh, God.
Please move on to your point while I generate this animal.
Sure. So Fulham, in an effort to, I guess, make their stadium seem more full or give it a bit more atmosphere or something, covered their empty seats.
Full of ham?
Yes. They didn't cover it in ham. They covered their empty seats with white flags on flagpoles. So, flagpole standing upright with the flag, no wind, obviously, draped downwards. One ex-user said the ground looked like the Ku Klux Cottage, Craven Cottage is where Fulham play. If you pull up a photo, it certainly doesn't look like. It doesn't not look like a clan rally. There either that or
you would
very,
know.
very cheap Halloween costumes that day. The old white sheet ghost. Tough look for Fulham.
I promise I was being a ghost.
Very very tough look. Fans in the stands saying, "I can't see shit in this thing." Django Unchained style.
Fuck yeah,
not a great look. You think they might have prototyped it or something before filling a large number of seats with the flags.
Error, failed to pad first image.
It probably would have. It would have been a better look if they had put a bunch of hams on all the seats. It can't have been worse.
They would have made less money that game because of free ham.
True.
So they would have sold less pies, maybe.
True.
I don't know what they even buy at the football. Never been to a football game in England.
I do follow Footy Scran on X. It's a page that posts, food from various sporting events, including football. Would you guess? And the price translated or converted to British pounds as well. I've not seen many 4 and 20s. I'll be honest.
I mean, it's not really surprising.
Not really surprising, no. Blackbird's sort of endangered nowadays.
Of course, they'll know why the pies are called 4 and 20.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
how have you gone with your
so hard? Yeah, so you're not going to believe it. I've put 2 images into this, and it's come back with "fuck off." Something's wrong with this image. So I'm putting a 3rd image of a capybara. I'm trying to give it a crack. No. I'm sorry. I had a really old photo of Matt to have a crack at too, so it was probably going to be so good. But yeah, unfortunately, the images I grabbed from Google Images for capybaras were just not good enough.
I see.
It was going to be. I'll grab it for you. I'll show you which one I was going to turn into, Matt.
Getting ganked on the regular.
Genk. The Belgian football team is Genk. Here you go. This is image 92. Capybara lies on ground. Oh, I wanted to open it larger. Well, there you go. I wanted to make that Matthew.
I see.
Unfortunately, not today. It didn't have the Shutterstock over it when I grabbed the thumbnail earlier either.
Yeah,
so.
Right. Fair enough. This didn't work nearly as well as I wanted. I might have to pick a different photo of Matt. I sort of got it to work.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I might have to pick the front on. Might be better. It sort of cut off his head.
I can. I've got an old photo of Matthew. I'll put in the Facebook chat if you'd like to have a crack with it.
That's fine. I'll just use his current one. Oh, now.
Well, if you need to, there's one with his teeth out too, so you can get a capybara with their teeth out.
Okay.
While you're doing that, sad day in Liverpool.
Oh.
Yeah. Klopp had a very heartfelt interview, just letting everyone know that he is leaving the club in the summer. So,
Tough day in Liverpool.
Yep. End of an era.
Great day for rope salesmen in the Merseyside area.
Not yet. There's no just chill. He was very adamant on not making the rest of the season about him leaving as well. You know, not really a big fan of the suggestion that the boys are going to play better because he's leaving, because he thinks they always play the best anyway. So, you know,
Well,
rather sensible.
They are on top of the table currently, so he is factually correct.
Yep. Second odds on favourites behind City to win the league at $3.25.
Still decent value.
It's pretty low for the Prem though. To be fair,
It is very low.
For two teams to be under $5
Yeah, it is kind of,
in a title race this close, it's pretty wild. But yeah, so pour one out for Klopp. I pose a question: is he one of the best to grace the Prem?
very well worded question. Sure, I'll agree with you.
Sweet. So he'd be on the Mount Rushmore,
He'd
if you
be on
will,
the
of Premier
He'd
League
be on the
managers.
Rushmore for sure.
Lovely.
Probably not the best, and you know, I think we've seen plenty of discourse about that already online.
I think obviously, as much as I don't like United, you'd still have Sir Alex
Yes.
as the whoever the main head on Rushmore is.
I think they're all equal size, aren't they?
No, but like, you know,
The first
one of them's
whichever
Washington
one
or
they
whatever, or
come
some
first.
shit, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Whoever put the first head on. And you know, you've got your Arsene Wenger's. So you know, there's been some good heads, and maybe Jose, because he did some things at Chelsea.
Yep.
But yeah, I think Klopp might squeeze in fourth or fifth, given that he's won every trophy since he's been at Liverpool and inherited maybe the worst Liverpool team to have ever graced the planet. So, actually, no, I lied. Brendan Rodgers inherited the worst Liverpool team, and then Klopp took a slightly worse Liverpool team from him.
Fair enough.
Slightly better. Oh, fuck. Tripped over that one. Fumbled the bag. Now, did you capybara, Matthew? Or do I need to keep going?
No, I tried. I think I need to find a bigger capybara photo because it just makes the photo of him into a tiny capybara photo.
All right.
I'm working on it.
Well, I can fill gaps.
Go for it.
Oh, you know what?
Now, here's a question for you, actually. We'll continue with Klopp talk, if you will. Call us the Kloppers, not to be confused with fans of My Little Pony. Is there potential for a, Elton John style retirement to a backflip where he comes back for another season next year? You can hope.
Nah, he seemed pretty set in it. I watched the whole interview, the whole 22 minutes, and man is literally, he just said, "I'm tired. I put all." He's a very energy guy. He puts all his energy into it, and if he's not able to put in all of his energy, then he doesn't think he's the right guy for the job.
Now, hear me out. What if he moves to, say, a slightly warmer climate and picks up a team that hasn't quite qualified for, say, European football last season or this season, in a couple months' time? He goes off on holiday elsewhere in Europe, has a meeting with some, big wigs of another football club and might be convinced to come back. Say a club that spent a bit of money or picked up some decent-ish recruits. Do you reckon there's potential for that?
Who are you referencing?
He might do a Dimmer Hardwick. He says, I can't put all my energy into it. I think I'm out of the coaching game. I don't want to be here if I can't commit 100%. A little Kentucky tour and back to the Gold Coast Suns.
I think the difference with the Dimmer situation is that the Suns probably actually offered him the bag, but I'm not sure
Chelsea will offer Klopp the bag.
If any other team is willing to sacrifice, what they already have. I don't see many other teams able to play that kind of football out of the box. Even Chelsea with their 17 football squads.
Exactly.
I don't think they could field a team that Klopp would want to play with.
And there's no way London's a nicer place to live than Liverpool.
Absolutely fucking not. Like, I've been to both. I would legitimately rather live in Liverpool. I mean, the thing about, well, not that I know, but supposedly the thing about being a part of Liverpool Football Club as opposed to others is that it legitimately feels like you're, you're part of something bigger and part of something like from the of the city as well. I mean, the man literally has the keys to the city of Liverpool.
I don't remember going through any big doors.
It's like one of his biggest
in
honors.
Liverpool.
Yeah. What?
Like, does he get a free pass over that bridge?
So the key to the city means he has like the master lock key for every single
he can just
door.
get in wherever.
Yeah. So that's how they do those like surprise Christmas videos where it's like, oh, it's Jurgen Klopp. Oh, he's gone to my house. Yeah, he just lets himself in, and he gives the kids presents and stuff. He's like Santa, but in Liverpool.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and so it's one of the points I have for the next segment, which is who to replace him, right? But
I've had another thought on where he might go. I was thinking like holiday destinations, right? And it doesn't get much more of a holiday destination in the UK, slim pickings, than Brighton.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a Premier League team, holiday town. He's just, seen what Dimmer's done, and hey, that looks pretty good.
I don't know. I reckon he'll keep living in Liverpool for a bit, if I'm completely honest. I reckon he'll just literally live there and not be working. But I think he'll live there. He said he's not going to manage for a year. He said he'll definitely never manage another team in England. There's a World Cup coming up. Man's German.
Interesting.
I reckon after the Euros, he's vying for the German manager spot.
Yeah.
I think you'd like to add that to the tally, because then he would have won every trophy at his disposal. Except in Germany, I guess. But, World Cup covers that for Germany.
Yeah, so. Exactly. Now, I've managed to sort of get the Animorph to work. I don't know why the two images get sort of rotated in the process. It's not, not exactly what I was expecting.
It's because you play polymerization and they go...
I guess so. How do I...
Yu-Gi-Oh reference in it. Zach will like that one.
I guess I just share this screen. I've only got one screen, which is a bit annoying, but...
you can do it based on Chrome tabs. Is what I've been doing, so nothing else comes up.
I can share your Chrome tabs. I'll share the window. That'll work.
Yeah.
This is what we've produced.
That is so much worse than I was hoping for.
Mortifying.
That is so bad.
Yeah. It's not...
But you should keep that for later. Yeah. That's lovely.
It's not great.
Yeah. It's bad but good. It's one of those weird ones, isn't it?
I pretty disappointed with, the way it spun Matt's face around like this upon morphing. I don't know what to do with that. This
maybe just
free animorphgenerator.com website, not as good as I was expecting. Shocker.
Weird that, isn't it?
So maybe you're off the hook, Matt. Maybe you aren't a capybara. Maybe.
I'll believe it when I see it next week. Hopefully he's got a webcam. We can prove himself. Just quietly, if you were to name the quintessential Jurgen Klopp team, you'd probably think Alisson Becker, best goalkeeper in the world. The front three, Salah, Mane, Firmino. You'd probably have Andy Robertson, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Hendo, Wijnaldum, Fabinho, and then Van Dijk and Joel Matip, right? For anyone, that's been reasonably following Liverpool in the last 4 or 5 years or whatever. That's the team you think of. That's the team that won the Champions League final. That's the starting 11. That game, that Champions League final, is the only game where those 11 players have started together.
Wow.
Even though that's the starting 11 in FIFA 17 through, well, maybe not 17, maybe like 18 through like 20. Wild, innit? It actually blew my mind because I've seen so many games in that period, and I was like, really? Who are they dropping? Like, you're just not, are you? But yeah, so Klopp, what a guy. Also, sorry, the other manager I'd have on the Rushmore is Pep. You have to have Pep,
I think
unfortunately.
you have to.
Oh, absolutely.
My brain went to retired Prem managers first. But yeah, so I don't think he's backflipping on his retirement tour. I think he's winding up for that German World Cup job.
I'll go out on a limb and say it. I'll storm that beach. I think he's going to backflip and go to Brighton.
All right, I fucking hell. Brighton's manager is one of the people reckon that everyone reckons is going to be one of the top 3 in the running of filling Klopp's spot.
Well, sounds good. Sounds like a little transfer
wild.
Action.
Swap deal.
Exactly.
No,
Brighton will go.
Swap deals never happen for a reason.
Brighton will go. All right, we'll give you little manager for manager, and we'll take Salah off your hands.
Oh, we'll take the young Japanese guy.
Yeah, perfect. Exactly.
Matoma.
Yeah.
He's sick. Wow. This is lining up quite well, except for the whole, swap manager, and then they both have the other person's squad with different style of play and whatever. Like, both teams will be shit for like 4 months at least.
It's fine. Brighton will find their way of where they produce really good players and then sell them to bigger clubs.
And Liverpool will buy those players.
Exactly. See, this is just 4D chess of Klopp making Liverpool better in the future. Is him going to Brighton to farm players to Liverpool.
Liverpool buying players from Brighton is only because Southampton haven't had anyone good to buy recently. Yeah. Yeah, there's no Van Dijk or Manor coming out of Southampton now.
No, exactly. Football counties, though, the southern counties, I guess. Football factories down south.
Yeah, I mean, Mane's from Africa and Cameroon, is it? No, not Cameroon. What's the other one? Senegal. Mane's from Senegal. The flags are similar, so sorry. And, Van Dijk's from Netherlands. But yeah, the south of England, great for football.
That seems to be what those clubs
Shit
are for.
beaches equals good football.
Yeah,
yeah.
I guess so.
The closer you are to actual mainland Europe, actually, that kind of lines up, doesn't it?
Interesting.
But yeah, so obviously he's out at the end of the summer. He let the club know in November. So in theory, there's been some behind the scenes going on, thinking, damn, dude, who's going to fill the gap?
And who's been performing since he let the club know? Liverpool Football Club. They've been tearing it up.
Only the club. He didn't let the players know, like management, like FSG. But yeah, I guess subconsciously everyone just went, let's have a go then, shall we?
Exactly.
That was a very Liverpool accent, wasn't it, Wally? And ask me, let's have a crack then, shall we? But yeah, I've got a short list of managers who can replace him.
Now,
I actually don't have Brighton's manager on here because I actually think that's a bad idea. I don't like it.
Is what it is. Now, you were asking earlier about what I meant by this little bit that I've put in here of who's going to fill his spot. A potential boyhood fan who recently became a Premier League manager, mayhaps.
Oh, no. I know
who that is?
Yeah.
Have you got him on the list?
No, I thought because you had.
Okay, fair enough. Big Ange, maybe. Thoughts?
Yeah. I think it's weird, right? Because he seems like such a loyal dude to the whichever club he's currently representing, but he actually is like a Liverpool fan. So, like, would you give up anything? Like, I probably would give it up.
People would.
If I was in his position.
I think some people would for sure. It's not... Technically, it's a step up. I think in most people's minds it would be a step up. But, technically it's a side step. But, Prem manager, or whatever.
Yeah, like, it would... I think it would show... Also, just like how much sway Liverpool would have.
Oh, yeah.
in general, even though he's a Liverpool fan, like, yes, Chelsea aren't doing that. If you're a Chelsea fan, I don't think you're leaving Tottenham for Chelsea. People won't like. I don't think you're taking the Tottenham job in the first place.
No.
To be fair, actually, if you're a Chelsea fan, but yeah, I don't hate the idea because I have a few requirements for managers, and I'll give you. Let me give you a quick fire. Some managers who are currently available.
Sure.
Right. Zinedine Zidane.
Okay.
Xavi, who just quit Barcelona because he doesn't like their toxicity.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jose Mourinho. Mm-hmm. Antonio Conte and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, ex-United flop. That is my shortlist for managers who are available and would be a shit choice. Most of whom, have managed direct rivals. Yep. Obviously, I really would not like to see an ex-manager of Real Madrid or Barcelona at Liverpool. I just think
that would be weird.
I really wouldn't like it. Jose Mourinho doesn't play exciting football enough to come to Liverpool. No one will like him.
Football will win though.
Football,
you'd get so many 0 or 1-0 draws from big club clashes out of Jose.
Yeah, might get an invincible season out of it, but that's
exactly.
Conte, similar thing. Boring. Has coached everyone that I hate. Mm-hmm. He can fuck off. And obviously, you can't have Ollie because there's no way, for starters, he would take a job at Liverpool. I think.
I don't think so.
But also, Liverpool wouldn't have him.
Yeah.
So yeah, for mainly the reason that no one would like them in that position, they're not coming in because Liverpool's in a pretty solid position themselves right now, right? They're not just going to take anyone.
True. Yeah. True. They hold the chips.
They definitely hold the chips, and they got to keep the fan base happy because they're a very vocal fan base. Now, I think everyone's forgotten about Graham Potter because he did not great at Chelsea, but also keep in mind. No one does good at Chelsea.
One of many who didn't do great at Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So take that with a grain of salt and just remember what he did at Brighton. So there you go. I've picked an ex-Brighton manager in there. But yeah, no, he was great at Brighton. And I mean, people were saying that he probably should have, well, at the time, they were saying he shouldn't go to Chelsea. And they were mad at him for going to Chelsea because he was doing such a good job at Brighton. So... I mean, he probably should have stayed there, to be fair.
True.
Retrospectively. But
you have to take that.
You have to take that job. Like, if he was still at Chelsea, I think he'd probably take a Liverpool job.
Possibly.
Yeah, probably not. No one's offering that, I don't think, anyway. It's weird. Doesn't feel right taking a manager from another Prem club in the Big Six.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, Chelsea aren't Big Six anymore, are they? It's like taken by Villa now, isn't it?
I don't know. Ange might be worth a call in the off season.
Ange is legitimately worth a call. But you know who's been calling Liverpool a lot recently? Mm-hmm. Steven Gerrard.
Ooh.
It's like, Klopp's leaving. Hello. I did great at Rangers. I know I did shit at Villa, but hear me out. That was a blip. I'm Stevie G, mate. Put me in.
He would obviously have some brownie points and be pretty high on the list to be straight in.
I think he was playing exciting football at Liverpool. At Rangers. He was coaching exciting football at Rangers. Ex-Liverpool legend.
Yep.
Ticks 2, and he's available. That's 3 boxes, right? But my top pick, drum roll button here.
Is there a drum roll button on the...
There's legitimately not a default drum roll button. I could probably do... Ooh, this will be dramatic. All right.
Interesting.
Xabi Alonso. I've been raving about him all season because of what he's been doing at Bayer Leverkusen. Still undefeated. Ex-Liverpool player. Allegedly has a Liverpool release clause in his managerial contract.
Smart man.
It's not Liverpool specific. It's for any club he played for. So,
still,
which is Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Liverpool. He's got a clause in there for those three clubs. And if they come knocking, Bayer have to toss him away. But yeah, he's playing exciting football as well. And, he's semi-available. So I think he ticks the most boxes.
He probably does, actually. Man, they're pretty fucking good, aren't they? 15-4 and
they
none.
just haven't lost.
54-14 against. That's pretty crazy.
I just got a notification on
Matt ran out of storage.
Matt ran out of storage on his computer. Thanks, Matt. Well, I guess now
says what should I do?
The crazy thing is as well, you'd be recording the least amount of data because the compression would be picking up that your video is the same frame, and it has been the same frame for 2 hours and 20 minutes. So that compression ratio is just bang on. Whereas, we're actually videoing ourselves locally.
Exactly.
Here, but
man,
that's
it's all that porn that he's got.
We don't need. Honestly, the preview of your 720 is fine. But yeah, I think Xabi. The only issue I have. Oh, Matt's actually gone.
Well, the options were restart browser, clear up some space, and start again potentially. So I guess we'll see.
Tough for Matt. We're still going. The time code's still ticking on. We can just flip the coin for him or whatever. I think the only problem realistically is a tough spot to come into.
Oh yeah,
immediately after
all
Klopp.
The pressure in the world. Quite possibly the biggest shoes to fill in the Prem.
Yeah.
Up there,
Although, from actual Liverpool fans, I think you'd end up with slightly less pressure if it's one of these guys that is a fan of the club themselves. Or has played for the club.
Yeah, they'll get some, bit of wiggle room,
They've got a bit of kudos already.
A bit of extra
They've got
leash
some
to play with, potentially. Welcome back, Matt.
Hello. I have 1.5 terabytes free. So
on what drive?
He's deleted all his porn.
My only drive.
Interesting, that. I guess not. So
Chrome using up all the juice.
Yeah, so Matthew, what we've said is Xabi's the pick, but tough for anyone to come into the job.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I hope the recording is fine.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, because you probably won't know anymore, but I've uploaded Isaac's uploaded 5 gig already of his audio, so.
Oh yeah,
oh wow.
Look at him go. Yours would have been uploaded to that point as well. How have you uploaded 2 gig more than I have? And I'd argue my camera quality is better too. Brutal. So it's like
brutal.
But yeah,
closer.
That's football. But let's finish before the 2.5 hours, shall we?
Sure.
I'm not closer, by the way. I zoomed in.
Oh, fancy man.
Just get that, intimate connection with the audience. Try and make my whole big head feel the fact.
Show off this, footy win shirt. Backwards, I guess. I assume it's backwards for everyone.
Oh, that's the New Balance badge. Can't have that.
New Balance sponsor us, please.
Got Trent on the back too.
All right, should we flip a coin?
I'm happy to flip.
All right.
Whose flip is it anyway?
Matthew, whose flip?
It might be mine.
It is.
Maybe it's a good thing you did rejoin the call.
No, it is. Oh,
it was Isaac last week.
Yeah, it is Keelan's.
The website. You're gonna have to share the Chrome tab. I can't flip it myself. It's not okay.
Okay. What's it called again?
Flipsimu.com. This episode brought to you by.
Alrighty. Let's figure out how this works here.
Oh, it's quite easy. So what you do is you hop on the website and then you press the coin.
There you go. All right.
Fucking Grammarly ads, dude. Your ads are way better than mine.
Oh, that's weird. I usually get sexy singles in your area. Crazy. Oh, it's probably because I'm using...
you're on the Storm in the Beach. You're on the Storm in the Beach Chrome profile.
Smart move by me. All right. Do you have temperature for today?
Oh, I do.
I forgot to record temperature last week. Fucking hot.
My watch is in sleep mode. Maximum temperature today was 31 degrees.
31. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Flipping.
I've got Kings and Neon ads when I open Flips
Yeah,
in
nice
here,
one.
but I still have the same Radisson Hotels ad.
Let's do it.
I'm willing to go heads here.
Tails. Very, very much due after, 5 heads in a row. It's back. Tails is back.
I'm really sorry to have let the fans down like this.
Keelan, now 15 and 15.
Fuck's sake, not again. Back to 50.
Back to 500. As a team, 49 and 41.
Not looking great. Hopefully we can bring it up for the rest of the season.
There's been 40 heads and 50 tails.
Doesn't feel like that.
It feels worse.
It feels so much worse.
All right, sweet.
All right.
That'll do it. See you next week.
Cheerio.
It's going off.